live. Burn live, burn live, burn live. Marijuana keeping you connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage, smoking off social media, killing us. Killing myself for your entertainment, sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabisation. Welcome everybody. I got my Burn Live page going. I got Cannabis Conservative, a new page that I have started for those people who are concerned and conservative of things that go on. I do got a page specifically you that I have started called Cannabis Conservative. I am getting that page started where I'm start putting political, all news, all the time. Start trying to run news ad 24/7 on that page. Welcome everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in to another show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever time you're watching this. Like I said, I highly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to say, first and foremost, it's a lot of people that claim to watch the show, claim they tune in. I appreciate those who actually tune in. I know who you are. I appreciate that, and I truly do. I really appreciate those who tune in. Shout out to people who actually come onto the show and stuff like that. You know, y'all really don't have to. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but y'all be like, man, you know what? Let me go try to hang out with this crazy ass Michael and stuff like that on the Burn Live show. I appreciate that. Before I get into the show and stuff like that, I got some things that I'm working on. Like I said, Cannabis Conservative is another page that I'm working on. Trying to get the news and stuff in there 24 hours a day. I really been trying to be selective on shows and articles and things that I put out. Shout out to a couple of people out there that gave me some good suggestions. Like, hey man, I think you should, do this and do that about your show. Put more definitions, more class into your songs and not your songs into your shows and what you're going to talk about. Appreciate that so much. So without further ado, y'all gonna have to give me 1 second because I don't have my blunt. And I had it a few seconds, so y'all give me a few seconds to find my blunt so we can smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's a marijuana thing. We supposed to be smoking together. I appreciate everybody stopping through. Just give me one second. Okay, so I did walk in front of the camera. What's up, everybody? Like I said, I had to go get a blunt. Now, y'all seen in the title for people that coming up in here, y'all seen in the title what's going on. I was going to save this right here. I had to drink. I was going to save this. For having a special guest. But the more and more I watched the video and the more and more I went over it and thought in my head and tried to see what was really going on, it came to the point to where I had to discuss this. We have to find out where our standards set in America. What is important? What is a lesson to be learned here in America? What problems have we had? What solutions have we tried to solve in our democracy? Now, I don't know too many people that knows anything about the Lincoln Project. It was a group of people who went out of their way to try to destroy former President Trump. So, the guy that you see up on my screen, not with the black hair, the bald headed guy, is the head is the head of promotions and campaigning. I almost had a brain for it. He's promotion of campaigning and stuff like that. So he goes around and campaigning. He's been campaigning in the White House for a long time. People says he's intelligent, he's smart, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to pick out a good candidate. He knows how to market you. He knows how to turn you into a winner. And I say that because that's his job. He knows how to turn you into a winner. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Now, Trump comes along and he doesn't like Trump. I'm going to say that part for why he don't like Trump for another subject, for another time. I think it needs to be discussed on here too, especially if you watch him a show. But he goes off into a rant and gets into a good argument. I think this is one of the best arguments that I've seen on this show in a long time, except for Christian versus Muslims, which, I'm going to bring that back up later on down the road too. But this right here is the discussion of all discussions. Which is worse? Which is tragedy? For all my conspiracy theories people out there, what is the biggest conspiracy theories that happened to you that you thought was real that took place here in America? You got 9/11, you got January 6th, you got the Oklahoma bombing, you got the landing on the moon, Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster. You have all these conspiracy theories and things that happen, that we think that happened, that should have happened, that might happen, and stuff like that. So we do. Trying to just get my speaker in the picture. Yeah, there we go. I like that. So you got all of this that happens. And which is worse? Which is scarier? Which is weirder? Which is more dangerous? All these ideas that you have, you can choose. And this guy up here says the most outlandish thing to me. I think when he said this, it blew my mind. January 6th was worse than 9/11. Now, you're gonna hear the arguments. You're gonna hear the arguments. One person died on January 6th. They want to say 5. They want to say 5 people passed away, but only one person passed away January 6th. I think 1,900 people died during 9/11. The whole entire world shut down, damn near. Where America definitely shut down. People got united and stuff like that. Very, very good arguments is finna take place. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get into this. I want to break it down. I want y'all to see my facial expressions. I want to talk about it. I want to discuss it with you. So let's get into this. Let's see why he says January 6th was worse than 9/11.
When you say 2,977 people died,
all right, 2,900.
Then one person died on January 6th.
That's not. You're manipulating what I said, twisting it. What I said was January 6th was a more severe attack on the United States. September 11th had more casualties. There's a difference.
How do you measure worse? There's got to be data. You said you're a data guy. Data says one event we lost nearly 3,000 people. One event we lost one.
We lost
average person, of course 3,000
because I guess I'm counting 600,000 that died in the American Civil War. And I'm counting the 405,000 that died in the Second World War. And I'm counting the 50,000 that died in the Korean War. And I'm counting the 50.
First question that comes across our mind, and this is why I couldn't wait to discuss this, because you heard how he said how he's counting the total death. He's counting deaths of war that he wasn't even born in. He wasn't even around. So how can you accumulate, calculate, and even speculate that these numbers and these other deaths and these other wars that had nothing to do with January 6th, how can you accumulate these as adding to the problem of January 6th? When 9/11, like you said, 3,000 people passed away, 2,970 some odd people, whatever, 3,000 people have passed away accountably on 9/11. Accountably. But you're saying that right now you're counting other people, other wars, Civil War, the Brokeback Mountain War, Beijing War. How can you do that?
8,000 that died in the Vietnam War.
Vietnam War.
Counting the acts of sacrifice that go back to 1776 that were desecrated on that day, incited by a single man who assaulted the Constitution of the United States. We were attacked by a foreign enemy on September 11th of 2001. The casualties were horrendous, as they were on December 7th of 1941. But the attack on January 6th was more severe also than the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Well, some would call it an attack, but from the videos that we saw, Steve, from Twitter and just undercover cameras, it didn't look like an attack.
It's finna go down. This is how it goes down. I can't wait to bring something like this to my podcast. I can't wait.
If somebody talking about? I'm just talking about all the videos that we've seen on undercover. All the videos on Twitter. All the videos on Twitter. Yeah, hold on.
Are you guys going to really sit here and tell me that the attack on January 6th didn't happen? That the violence, the bludgeoning of the police officers didn't happen because of some bullshit?
Steve, I'll give you my opinion, and then you can talk. First of all, you
not an opinion.
Hold on. I'm not only a New Yorker, I'm a veteran. For you, time out. My sister's a veteran.
This is where it gets heat. Now you're talking about people that served in this war. I got cousins, uncles, aunties, just like anybody else that served in the war. Congratulations. Thank everybody that served in the war. But this is how I think too. And I have not served in not a damn war. But I swear to God, I think the same way.
Veteran, my brother's a veteran, he's a veteran. For you to listen to me, for you to say that January 6th compared to 9/11 that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Hold on, let me finish. Number one, it wasn't an attack. It looked like a guided tour. Okay, that's what it.
You're not.
Are you? Yeah, you ain't right. I am. It was a guided tour. You think
now beating the cops?
What? Who died?
Who died? Where? Yet again, that's the part right there. Dude beating. Show it. Show it. You knew you was coming on this podcast. You knew what type of discussions you was had. You should have brought the receipts. Huh? Shouldn't we be looking for the receipts? Show me the receipts.
They shot. The Capitol Police shot her ass. What is that guy getting in trouble? You're just upset because Donald Trump said, you know what, they probably cheated. You don't think he has a leg to stand on? That they did it in 2016? Hillary, Russia, FBI, are you like, how are we crazy, Steve? How are we crazy?
I mean, this is going to be on video, so I mean, you're going to speak for yourself.
No, I'm going to speak for myself. 19 terrorists took 4 commercial flights, crashed them in the
9/11.
Crashed them in the Pentagon, did all that. Okay, and you're saying that, and we've lost, and by the way, for how many decades of wars, we've lost over 1 million people from the Iraq War, which is all bullshit, all lie. 1 million people.
We lost 1 million Americans in Iraq?
No, we lost. We killed people because we said there was weapons of mass destruction. We lied. Bush lied. Oh yeah, there's weapons of mass destruction there. There was no weapons of mass destruction, but we were like, oh, we changed the name since we're here, enduring freedom, which is bullshit. Okay? So as a veteran, as an American, as a New Yorker, for you to say that that one day compared to that is absolutely absurd, Steve. I understand you love this country. I'm not questioning your patriotism, but the hate for one guy because he loves this country so much.
He loves the country.
He doesn't.
God, you're a fool.
How am I a fool? How am I a fool? You just hate him. You just hate the guy.
You are.
No, I'm not. I guess
He loves the country. Trump loves the country.
You damn right he does. He's been saying it since the 80s, 90s, on Lemon and all these shows.
He's a guy on September 11th who went down, said he was down there. He wasn't. He's a guy who called in on the radio, said, now I got the tallest building in lower Manhattan. He's a guy who lied about Muslims cheering it in New Jersey from Jersey City. He is a con man. He is a liar. And that you have fallen for this bullshit.
I'm not falling for anything, Steve.
Please.
Steve, it didn't have to be Trump. What I love is that this dude sacrificed everything to pull back the curtain.
What did Donald Trump sacrifice?
His career, he can go to prison. He can go to prison. You guys for the
broken the law.
No, you know what it was? Steve, he pulled open the curtain and let all of us see. The regular people look at what.
How many people could say that they did not give a damn about politics? They did not care. They did not think about it. They did not have no concern until Trump stepped into office. I'm telling you, Trump made a political wave. There were people that didn't give a damn about elections, presidents, Congress, nothing. Did not care about it until Trump came into office. I'm just saying, just keeping it real. Maybe you could say that about Obama. You could say the same thing about Obama. A lot of people didn't care about voting until Obama came into office, which is true. But to just say that this one man, which, like I said, if I go deeper into this show, you will see the hatred that this man has for one person. So you will understand why he would say that January 6th was one of the worst days of all time. But come on, man.
Are you talking about the shower curtain where he had the country's most sensitive secrets?
Oh, you mean, the Biden they all take those documents home. They all take that. Hold on.
Oh, so he's got paperwork.
Trump was in, are you happy with what's going on? You and your Lincoln Project, mind you, the biggest hypocrites, you guys going after him for Russian collusion and tax evading. That's what you guys were doing. All your people, you were the only one that was innocent. The rest of them were perverted. One of them was a Russian agent. One of them was a Russian agent. One of them owes $390,000 in a tax in his house, and the other guy went to court from American Express for not paying his $30,000 in tax bill. You guys are the biggest hypocrites. The biggest hypocrites. You guys hate the man. You guys hate the man, but the policies and the way he did to this country, I'm happy. Listen, it didn't have to be him, Steve. It could have been a fucking turtle. He woke us up. He told people, hey, look at this curtain. Look at what these assholes are doing. Fake news, and it's all bullshit. And he sacrificed it all for us. Plain and simple, Steve. Say what you want. Say what you want. You're talking to a veteran that whole family fought for this country, and my parents are immigrants, and I'm a New Yorker. For you to compare those two is fucking asinine. The only girl that died was a veteran. The Capitol Police shot her. You said bludgeoning? Who died on January 6th? Who died? Who died?
Well, we have multiple suicides.
You see how he said suicide? Suicides. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on.
You are sitting here lying to millions of people. People about what happened on January 6th,
I'm lying.
Which was an attack on the country incited by the president. Watch the fucking
Why is he in jail for inciting violence?
He will be soon.
Is that the deal? Is that the deal? He's like, go peaceful.
Yeah.
He's like, go in there, be peaceful.
That's what happened. I don't know.
You guys hate the person.
You guys don't seem to be a whack job like this.
Yeah, I'm a
But you know what it is, though, Steve. You know what it is. So for me, I want to respect the voter, and I think there are millions, if not tens, who feel like he does. I
don't give a how he feels. And this is important because you can watch the video. You can watch the video. You can watch the actual video of the insurrectionists attacking the Capitol. That's real.
That's real.
They attacked the Capitol. Okay, can I just weigh in on one thing? You guys are both wrong and you're both right.
Okay. After this, as y'all seen in the comments, Democrat faces the same thing that happened January 6th. I can't wait to get into this story. I hope this lasts me at least an hour and a half. But yeah, y'all, this is really, really going down like this. I cannot believe that he said what he said.
Days are horrible days in American history. We're comparing what's worse of a tragedy when they're both horrible tragedies. So who's right, who's wrong? You're right more symbolically. Correct. This is an attack on our democracy, peaceful transfer of power.
He's saying it didn't happen.
No. What he's wrong.
He's saying it didn't happen.
No. Don't say that he didn't say. He didn't say it didn't happen. That's the problem. You steady trying to paint. My boy here in the middle is still trying to paint that picture. Oh my God, this dude is wrong. He's saying this. No, he did not say that at all. He's saying that it happened. One person got killed, and they're gonna show you a few little films, but a lot of people were just walking around chilling. Okay, guys.
Here's a question for you. Hang on a second. You're the judge of this?
Can I?
You're judge of this to say he's wrong or
Did I say people were there? You said attack. I said they were there. They're protesting.
You said it was a.
I didn't say attack. No, you said it was a tour. No, I said it looked like a tour. It didn't look like a guided tour. What channel were you watching? CNN, MSNBC. Right and wrong was
he's completely wrong.
Where I agree with what people say is, by definition, a lot of people say that it wasn't literally a insurrection. Was it a riot? Was it a violent protest?
It was an insurrection aimed at stopping the certification of the election constitutionally prescribed on January 6th. That's the purpose of it.
You can argue over semantics. That's right.
It's not.
What point are you making?
It's not semantics.
I would love to make my point.
Go ahead, let's see what it is. Make your point. Hurry up.
For once. So the point is, both days were piece of shit, fucking horrible days. You know it was not just a guided tour. You know that it was a violent act of complete absurdity. It wasn't a guided tour, but at the same time, I don't think many people think that it was an actual insurrection. It was a horrible day in American history. Horrible day. It was not a tour through the Capitol. It was horrible.
That makes absolutely no sense what he said. Either he said it looked like a guided tour. He said it was a guided tour. It looks like a guided tour. One person got killed. It does look like a Black Lives Matter riot when people riot and storm and break down things. But when you got FBI agents that was there, which this bald-headed guy's not going to admit to, you got problems. This is problems.
Are going to see what you said about 9/11 and be shell-shocked by the ramifications of what you're saying. This is what I'm saying, that you're both right and wrong in your assessment.
I think millions of Americans will understand perfectly what I'm saying. I think millions of Americans sadly are abused by people like you who have a platform and communicate misinformation like you just did, that this was a guided tour as opposed to a violent attack. You are one of the people, through your conspiracies, who is poisoning the discourse and the ability of people to tell reality. I want to say for the record, you're completely, absolutely totally full of fucking shit.
Yeah.
When you say
Yeah.
that was anything other than an insurrection.
Use your microphone. Guess what? I can say whatever I want because I'm so mad.
Wait. Reasonable question for you.
Yeah.
Reasonable question for you. What was, and Adam, here's a question for you. You said violent protest. You used those words.
Twice. I said violent protest.
Yeah. You said J6 is violent.
Yes.
Was BLM protest violent?
So we're going to go to a seminal.
No. Just ask that.
Yes.
Answer the question.
What's more violent, J6 or BLM riots?
BLM
How many
riots.
businesses went out of business? How many businesses were trashed during the day?
But now I have to defend BLM.
No, just answer the question.
No.
Just like 9/11.
It's not.
It was also a horrible day.
No. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm like Patrick Davis, the guy with the hair, good hair, or whatever, the older guy. Black Lives Matter versus January 6th financially put America into so-called debt hole, shambles, shit, fuckery. Okay? January 6th didn't cost nothing but new court costs. People got damn near 20 years, 13 years, 10 years. So like, riots. Black Lives Matter cost businesses their business. I know it just makes sense. Black Lives Matter cost businesses their business. January 6th cost court costs and people got locked up. 9/11 cost 3,000 people to lose their life. It cost the whole entire United States of America to shut down. It was in panic mode because we thought it was a terrorist attack. Those are big three separate different fields, outcomes, and circumstances. Three big different ones. You cannot tell me I just didn't break that down. January 6th, Black Lives Matters, and 9/11, different. Even the deaths were different. One, the victims, and 3,000. A difference. Cost of money, January 6th, court costs. 9/11, ooh, wow. 2 buildings fell. People losing their lives, funerals, sheesh. We're talking about millions of dollars. And then you got Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter that had an estimate of $40 million from Missouri to Minnesota, from Portland to Seattle. Really? Okay. I had to put my 2 cents in before they kept going, because I don't want to think that y'all be thinking like, oh man, Michael, you just think just like them and that's on you on here for. No. I want to discuss this because I want y'all to see and think and maybe understand, like maybe I didn't think like that, but y'all got to see that January 6th, which documented, could have been stopped. Let me put this out there too. January 6th could have been stopped by Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is the head of the Capitol. She got 3 phone calls, was asked, do you need the National Guards? Are you going to be okay? Do you need any extra support? Because you know what's going to happen, so you think. She denied it. Man went to court. I did the thing yesterday. Don't make me bring up the evidence. Don't make me go look for it. I did the show.
That's not how.
Like Jerry
No, that's not how it works.
Only one can be violent when the other one can't.
It's not. No.
Why
Jerry
understand?
only BLM was violent. I got it.
What is the difficulty in understanding that one of them was an attack on a very specific place, on a very specific day, with a very specific function taking place on that day?
Because the fact, and this is the part where I wish I was there, that the man got text messages. He got the speech written out. They done put the speech up there. They put the tweet out. Okay, the X out. They put all this evidence he literally put out that I have seen, that you have seen. And if you haven't seen it, it's because you did not want to see it. The evidence, the proof is out there that he did not incite a riot. He said march peacefully. Oh, yeah, but that still meant tear down the Capitol. Okay, sure. Okay, that's what they want us to believe. Okay. If y'all can believe that when a person said march peacefully, but in my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri, in a county, Ferguson, when a father say, burn this city, when a father said burn this city, and the black people marched and burned this city because he was still out there, he was still mad. When a little kid reached for a gun from a cop and got killed. Stop playing with me, bro. I'm black and I'm going to keep it so $1,000 because everybody want to claim that they keep it real or they say things to... No, I keeps it real. I keep it real 100. And I'm always keep it real 100 when you're talking about a subject. Quit playing with me and don't think that if you're going to reach for a gun... If you're going to hide out in somebody's house when you got a warrant, when the police coming looking for you, when the police knock on the door, you shoot at the police, you think the police not going to shoot back at you. When you're reaching for the police's gun, you think the police is not going to shoot back at you. Stop playing with me. But when a man said march peacefully, January 6th, when he asked Nancy Pelosi, called her up, hey, do you need help? She said, okay. Then the general goes and testify, which this happened before they had this podcast. All the stuff that I'm telling you happened before they had the podcast. So you cannot tell me that he could not go and look this up. He did not see this man testify and say, yes, I called Nancy Pelosi. But let me get back into it.
That had everything to do with the peaceful transition of power, which is foundational to how the country functions. That's why.
Now we're talking different issues.
Right? So if there's a riot in Cleveland and 500 businesses are burned down, that is a threat to the economy in Cleveland, but not American democracy. If you assault the Capitol on the day that the Congress is certifying an election to begin the process that will culminate on the 20th with the transfer, they have nothing to do with each other. The attack on the 6th was incited by one of the 44 people in the history of the country who's raised his hand and swore the 35-word oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Period.
Okay. You cannot argue with that statement right there. I can't. I cannot. What he's saying, if true and if factual, which is technically factual, because like he said, January 6th was a day that they would start process in court for him to get for the changing of presidents. Okay. In that case, in that situation, yeah. That's an insurrection. That's truly it. Okay. Cannot argue with you. But if a person has proof that That was not my intention. Even though y'all swear up and down and every woo 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 and this and this and this and everything, y'all want to prove it. But he also wants to prove that he did not do that. Okay.
It was the most grotesque betrayal and abdication of presidential responsibility in American history. It constitutionally disqualifies him, in my estimation, from holding office ever again. How could anybody look at what happened? Look at what happened. It was a tour? How dare you?
You didn't see the shaman getting guided around? The guy was supposed to be this crazy wild man. Wait, here's my question. Steve, how do you explain the countless FBI agents in plain uniform that Congress won't even tell us how many?
Because it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. And
The violent insurrection.
Oh, yeah. By the way, let me see this. Can I solve it? Go back to that video. Could you?
Before they play the video, y'all. Before they play the video. I understand how Patrick Davis and the guys on the other side is cool, calm, collective, because my guy right here, when he says like intentionally going into the Capitol on a Pacific day, on a day that you're trying to handle business and doing something, and then causing a distraction or a disturbance or something, you know what I'm saying? You can't argue with that. And if anybody can say specifically things like that and come to me on a argument, I'd be like, okay, I understand. But yet again, the man still has text messages. He has tweets. He even called. You know, he made a bunch of extra preferences and procedures and steps to make sure that that didn't happen. Other people up under him did not accept the help. And now that's the part where I argue with people back. Nancy Pelosi got called by the general chief and said, hey, you might want to have some people, some more FBI agents, some more police, National Guards, anything up there with you and hanging out while these people are marching. This is what we're talking about. This is where I'm trying to get at. So before you get to seeing this, I don't think people sit up there and watch the Tucker Carlson show where he show hours and hours of people just walking around chilling. I don't think people seen that before you seen the little bit of chaos. And the reason I say a little bit of chaos because it's hours. Listen to me, y'all. Hear me out. It's hours of walking around before you get to maybe 15 minutes of violence. And I'm just keeping it real on timing. Time out when people and acting roles get saying, they be like, hey, you know, what you call it had a minute and some in a movie worth of talking. 13 minutes of talking in an hour movie. Like, I actually heard people talk like that. So if you got hours of people walking around and 15 minutes of people being violent compared to hours of people marching and then hours of people looting businesses like they did in Cleveland, like he brought up. Like he said, when you riot in a state, that only hurts the state. It doesn't hurt all of 50 states. And yet again, that's a very good argument. I didn't think like that. I never thought about it like that. And I'm glad somebody brought it to my attention. To like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, you really only hurts the state. Yet again, mom and pop shops, Walmarts, Targets are closing. How you can't say that all that rioting back then is not the lead up to what's happening now, where you got Target, Walmart leaving Democratic ran states, Chicago and L.A. They're leaving. So how that's not an effect in everybody? Now you see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, I think of the long game, not the right then and there.
You showed this video. People are rotting in jail for 30 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
criminals.
this shit.
What
What does that look like?
Okay,
What does that look like to you?
one
Look
video.
at the violence. I don't give a
Just
shit.
because you're yelling doesn't mean you're right.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's one piece of video.
Yeah,
Why don't we show the hours of footage of them
Tucker
breaking
Carlson.
down the
Okay.
What do we got here? We got Tucker Carlson here. We got a guy. We got Tucker Carlson. We got a guy who's got his own show on Russia.
Ashley Maddox, God rest her soul.
We got the king of the
I gotta ask the question, y'all. I gotta ask the question. So, is X Russia news? Is it Russian news? Is it Russian conspiracy? That's how we looking at it now. That's what we looking at it. That's how we thinking about it. That's the virtue of what we're seeing. Okay.
domestic terror.
Look at this violence. Oh my goodness.
Let's roll the tape of the violence. Okay, that's like saying there's a war going on over here, but you have video outside of
Here's my question. Hold on, let's go back. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump, 2016, we found this is a fact. This isn't BS. I made this up. 2016, fact. All right, the Durham report. Hillary Clinton, DNC, FBI, they're all colluded to say he's
None of that.
No. That's true. So you're full of right now. Number one, 100% true. She paid for the dossier and all that. 100%. So wait. So Donald Trump is crazy to think that they would cheat again? Are you kidding me? You mean have the FBI?
There's no evidence of fraud of any type whatsoever.
Yeah, but you're full. That's a separate conversation.
Hold on. But the hypocrisy for you guys to talk shit. The Lincoln Project was comprised of all the same shit that you guys accused Trump of. That's the fucking funny part. You guys were all full of shit. Your whole crew was tax evading, Russian foreign agent, money scamming people, and we're supposed to what? Believe you guys are making money. Where's all that money? Where's all the money? And we're crazy? You can vet none of those people? You can vet none of them? None of these people. And it's always the ones that point are the biggest pieces of shit. The ones that go, hey, look at Trump, tax guy, Russia guy. It was you guys.
Wasn't me.
It's you. Oh, you're innocent. You're 100%.
I pay my taxes.
Okay.
You want to find some fucking guy? You know what you are?
An American patriot.
You're a whack job.
You're a whack job. Dismiss. No, the truth hurts. It doesn't care about your feelings. Period. I'm sorry.
Other than what he's saying about the peaceful tour of the Capitol, which I fully disagree with.
It's not an opinion.
It's not that he keeps saying that, and it's not that y'all keep attacking him on that situation, bro. The man admit the riot parts happened, but it was more of a tour before it was a riot.
It's not an opinion. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's lying into the camera about a violent event, saying it was peaceful, spouting conspiracy theories, and using a Tucker Carlson. I don't know what to say. Other than to say it's why the country. Right? I mean,
it's why Trump is leading in the polls, because there's so many crazy whack jobs like me that are tired of your bullshit. Period. America first. Look where the fuck America is right now. Where are we? Are you happy with what's happening right now in this country? Are you genuinely happy with what's happening in the country? Border wide open, inflation, all the bullshit that's happening, all the violence, all the smash, all the shit. You're happy?
I think three things. I genuinely think you're a whack.
God bless you.
Come on, man. Say some other shit.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And
you have nothing to say because you know that I'm right. And guess what? I hope to God Trump wins again. Trump wins again, so I need to go ahead. I hope.
Man. I thought there was the best argument for anybody that got the problem with January 6th and wanted to hear some things that was thought about and updated on January 6th. So, y'all seen this, right? Y'all seen this. This is a big issue. Now, what happens when a Democrat does it? Huh? Yeah, I paused because I want y'all to think about it. What happens
What if there was an
when a
automated
Democrat
soft-
does it? Is it the same? Should this person get the same punishment as all these other people? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh yeah. I can't believe it. A black man. Da-na-na-na-na. Don't leave. See, people don't leave because now it's finna get juicy. It's finna get juicy. Because we just sat up here and had a good conversation, talk about this for 30 minutes of almost a whole hour. We just talked about this with Trump and them January 6th. But now, to finish up the hour, we got my boy. We got my boy, Democrat, laughing, happy. I gotta like it.
Got you! We got you. And more to come.
A few moments later.
We got you! We got you. And more to come. Clown.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gotta tell you guys, this is the opportunity of a lifetime for the GOP to actually show us how big their cojones are, okay? And if they even have any cojones at all, okay? Me personally, I think that is questionable, okay? We don't know what gender or sex the GOP really is at this point, right? But they have an opportunity to show us, right? They got an opportunity to show us with Jamal Bowman, who is a congressional Democrat who basically committed an act of insurrection, okay? I'm not joking, right? I'm not being sarcastic, I'm not being tongue-in-cheek. No. This guy actually committed what could be classified as a insurrection because this guy obstructed a...
What happens when a Democrat does it too? This is funny. What's going on in the Capitol? And I heard a lot of people like, man, we need to get rid of these people that does this. Okay, but y'all starting to do it too now.
House will vote to keep the government open in an effort to try to keep the government shut down by pulling a fire alarm before the vote took place in the Capitol. Okay, now, if any of you guys, went to public school, right, or any school, okay, growing up, everybody knew that the one thing that you don't do is you do not pull the fire alarm, okay? You do not do that in a public building unless there is an actual fire. Doing that could get you expelled from school. Doing that is a crime. And that's exactly what this guy did. He literally got caught on camera doing it, right? So now, again, the GOP finds himself in a situation where it is time to lay down the hammer against this guy and to throw this guy out because he's been a problem for Republicans in the past. Like, for example, he has this tendency of getting into shouting matches with Republicans that he disagrees with, and he's basically an agent of chaos.
Carry the Constitution with more guns leads to more death. Look at the data. You're not looking at any data. You're carrying laws in the country.
This is my problem when I be trying to have conversations. I'm glad this is point it out, and I want to sit here and talk for y'all for a second. This is my problem when I try to have civilized conversation with people and they want to get loud and obnoxious. Don't get loud and obnoxious. They just have a civilized conversation. Make it loud enough for other people to hear calmly, that we can sit and have a good conversation. Maybe somebody can learn something from your side or your idea of thoughts of mindset. And I appreciate it and I love it. You know what I'm saying? I done had good conversations at my job with plenty of employees, but there are some employees that you try to have a conversation with that get like super, super loud. And you be like, oh my God, that's embarrassing. Like, come on, like, don't do that. Because now it sounds like we're arguing, and we're not arguing. You're just having a simple conversation and debate. People would almost say, like, I'm a mega Trumper. I guess they would say, you know what I'm saying? Mega Trumper, like, oh man, he really support Trump. Yes. But you know what I'm saying? The thing is like, people out here be shocked, still shocked to see and hear that. And I be like, have you really talked to anybody? Like, I'm shocked that black people aren't shocked to hear that there are black Trump supporters. And there are loud black Trump supporters out there. Like, why be shocked that there are people like that out here? Like, no, come on, man.
Look at the daylight. Foreign countries in the West. United States that have open common laws.
Look.
States that have open.
Hey. Everybody trying to go viral on TikTok. Everybody trying to go viral on TikTok right now. Hey, look at this dude trying to put it out there. Everybody got their phones out. Why do they got their phones out? Because my guy being loud and obnoxious. Black people, man, we ain't always got to make the scene to make a scene. You know what I'm saying? We ain't always got to be the loudest person in the building to be noticed. Like, this is getting ridiculous.
Open common laws has more death. Listen to what I'm saying. All the children are dying. 9-year-old children. This is not harm teachers. That's working in school. Now you don't work in school.
Recordings just got.
I'm sorry, y'all. Still, I gotta go pay my little bill. Still ain't paid my little commercial bill. Hey,
Better.
you know, normally we don't have to.
I'm so excited to announce that local.
I got us.
Again, what you have here is an unhinged lunatic. Okay, that's who he is. He's a member of the squad. Okay, that means he's a simp as well too. You have an unhinged lunatic simp, right? That decided to pull the fire alarm. Okay, to obstruct the House vote. Okay, this is what we try to do in order to keep the government shut down. Again, I'm just saying this. In my opinion, sounds a lot like what a lot of these January 6th protesters were charged with, right? They were accused of obstructing an official proceeding. This is what this guy did, okay? And they got a book thrown at them. Now, again, this guy is under investigation by the Capitol Police for this incident. And I want you guys to listen to some Republicans like Washington Green and what Kevin McCarthy has to say about this incident. Take a look.
No, I was talking about John Bowman pulling the fire alarm. Capitol Police are questioning him right now because it's on video. He violated the exact same law that January 6th defendants are being prosecuted for every single day. He violated the exact same law, interrupting official proceedings And by pulling the fire alarm, it's on video, and the Capitol Police have the information. This is outrageous. They have it on video.
Have you seen the video?
I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm going to be demanding it. I'm demanding that the Department of Justice prosecute him the same way they prosecuted January 6th defendants. It's the exact same law. Exact same law. This is outrageous. He's a Democrat representative. Here's what happened. Catherine Hart, the whip, called the motion to adjourn, and within, I don't know, a few minutes, it was literally right after that, Jamal Bowman pulls a fire alarm while the vote was happening. You guys, this is unprecedented. The Democrats will do anything to make sure it's shut down because billions of dollars are not going to their favorite country, Ukraine. I mean, you guys really, so Olivia Beavers has tweeted it. This is the law. This is the law. Otherwise, subtracts influence or impedes any official proceeding or attempts to do so shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. This is the law that
Ooh. That boy should get 20 years. 20 years that boy should get. Woo! You know why he's not gonna get 20 years? Because somebody else told me this. I never tell names because that's not important. I'm glad when I heard things. You know why he's not gonna get 20 years? Because y'all gonna look at, we don't want Black Lives Matters riding the streets. That man should get 20 years because he broke the law. The same thing as January 6th. If you do the crime, you should just do the time. Be up in there right with their asses. I'm keeping it real and funky. Stop, man. She said it.
Are being locked up, they're rotting in jail, and they're being prosecuted every single day. Non-violent offenders are being put in jail for this.
It's a video over there. Do you happen to catch like part of it, or I saw you post it on Twitter?
Yeah.
Catch part of it.
Look, it's being recorded everywhere. Can I ask Capitol Police about it? I'm demanding the video. House admins have already recorded it. They have seen the video. It's just unbelievable. He's a representative breaking the law.
Yes, sir.
I think actually should look at this. This is serious. When you think about how other people are treated when they want to come in and change the course of what was happening in this building. And did he deny he did it when it's on tape? And I'm going to have a discussion with the Democratic leader about it. But this should not go without punishment. This is an embarrassment. You're elected to be a member of Congress. You pulled the fire alarm in the minute, hours before the government being shut down, trying to dictate that the government would shut down. What's going through a person's mind like that? But we will find
20 years, boy. Stop playing with me. 20 years, all right? No, see, people be joking around with me and saying like, man, maybe you should go to Capitol Hill. Maybe you should run for president. You know what? No. The reason why I can't run for president because I'm so-called too mean. I'm too aggressive. I'm too straightforward. Okay? I'm not finna play around with nobody. I'm finna come kick ass. Okay? That's what I'm coming for. And I'm bringing some boys with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling a Deion Sanders. If I'm coming to the Capitol, I'm bringing a Deion Sanders. I'm bringing. You're gone, you're there. You're gone, you're there. You're gone, you're there. There are major things that I see and problems that I'm like, to a poor middle class person, an average hardworking person, some of these problems up there at Capitol Hill do seem easy and should be easy to settle. Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. It seems like it should be just real easy. Okay. Like, I don't know what else to say. Well, I know what to say. I can't wait to hear what that boy get. 20 years.
I'm willing to deal with this. Yes.
I'm joined with Dave Knudsen. Dave is our nationwide camera trailer rental and sales expert. And I'm going to go through some of the, I guess, most
the children, okay? But before I go over what should happen to this guy, let's actually go over his excuse for why this happened, because I want to hear what he has to say, right? We should hear what he has to say, his explanation for why he committed this act of insurrection. So let's read it here. Representative Jamal Bowman of New York, Chief of Staff, confirmed that the congressman pulled a fire alarm in a congressional office building Saturday and said that Bowman, quote, regrets any confusion over the incident. The House Administration Committee announced that an investigation into the situation which happened in the Cannon building is underway. Sources also told Fox News that Bowman was questioned by the Capitol Police on Saturday. The alarm pulling happened as Republicans were beginning a vote on a stopgap spending bill to avert a government shutdown. Saturday, Bowman's chief of staff, Sarah Idrisu, offered an explanation. Quote, Congressman Bowman did not realize he would trigger a building alarm as he was rushing to make a urgent vote. The congressman regrets any confusion. According to Axios, Bowman told reporters that he thought the alarm would open the door. Representative Mike Lawler, Representative New York, told Fox News that the situation was absolutely outrageous and potentially criminal. Quote, that any member of Congress would think it's appropriate to pull a fire alarm to try and delay Congress from doing its business is shameful. Lawler said it's unbecoming, and he should strongly consider resigning from Congress if he did that. Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, called the incident serious and said Bowman should be investigated. Okay, so here's what I think about this. Again, this is a test for the GOP. It's a test. I'm so serious.
I'm not letting him get deep because I understand what he's going to say. And, I just want to get the report part of it. Bro. They I be asking people this question. I had to slowly think about it before asking y'all. Like, okay, y'all, are we too free for us to be going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, not the plan. We see that Democratical people have really been on a different move. Like you see, it's different. They accepting everything. Like how what you call it? Embarrassing. How embarrassing is this? Is this embarrassing? Was it embarrassing? Is Democrats like, oh my God, did he really? Ain't nobody calling him like, hey, bro, you need to. What you do that for? Because, we called old girl when she was, I forgot her name, when she was funneling at Beetlejuice. Yeah, man. When she was doing all of that, we was tripping. We wasn't happy. I didn't like it. That girl was loud, cute. Now she can't talk because she was getting played on. You know what I'm saying? And now she got to keep quiet and don't say nothing, don't speak out. Just play your role. Hope you still get elected in. I know we all think that we grown. But sometimes, and this is just for people that like conspiracy theories, sometimes I think people were told to do like I think they paid him to do that. I think they paid him to do it. I need you to do that just so. I want to see what the CNN actually gonna talk about it. Stop playing. I didn't think CNN was gonna talk about it. Normally, y'all, they skip stuff like this. Me personally, I gotta see how CNN is covering this story. Got to see how they're covering this story.
Capitol Hill earlier today, I guess somebody pulled a fire alarm. Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman is under investigation for pulling a fire alarm in the House Cannon office building. Bowman's was identified by security footage, and his office says this was just an accident. You know, I don't know how you accidentally pull a fire alarm, SC, but I mean, and all kidding aside, they are taking this somewhat seriously. This is no joking matter up on Capitol Hill, as juvenile as it sounds.
Yeah, at best it's childish. At worst, this is obstruction of Congress or obstruction of an official proceeding. Those are real things. And I don't know if he did this intentionally, and we'll have to wait to see, and we certainly shouldn't impugn him before we know more. We know he pulled it, he admits that. Why is the question. If it was intentional, that's real serious, and frankly reeks of the sort of stunts that, you know, Republicans try to pull sometimes, and don't be like Republicans. Don't be like Republicans. I know things are tense and, you know, the stakes are high, but don't be like Republicans.
Well, and at the end of the day, Molly, the bill passed. I mean,
Key words that she said, don't be like Republicans. So if he did something like a Republican, should he get the same years as a Republican? Should he get the same years as a Republican? She said it. She said it.
You were just saying before the commercial break, this was a win for Democrats. So, I mean, Congressman Bowman almost prevented a win for Democrats from occurring. So I suppose he has to, you know, do some self-analysis on that. But we have a statement from his office, and we should note that Congressman Bowman, this is according to the statement from his office, is Congressman Bowman did not realize he would trigger a building alarm as he was rushing to make an urgent vote. The congressman regrets any confusion, of course. If Congressman Bowman wants to come on, you know, on the newsroom here, we can talk to him about why he did this. But Molly, they almost, if this was a win for Democrats, that would be snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, or however that cliche goes.
So I've interviewed Congressman Bowman a couple of times, and he's, you know, I know him, and I would say this. If you're a person, a pundit, the internet is actually losing its mind about this right now, and conservative pundits are furious. And the people who were completely silent about Trump's 91 criminal indictments are ready to just lock the congressman up for pulling a fire alarm. So I'm just going to say this here, which is, look, it's not good to pull a fire alarm, especially during a vote, and, you know, that is not okay, and it should not happen. But if you had been completely silent, I mean, there was a congressman who was, who said there's nothing wrong with what happened, a MAGA congressman who said there's nothing wrong with what happened on January 6th. He posted a photo holding handcuffs and said, we're coming for you, Congressman. So I'm going to say that these people are in no position to try to lock someone up for pulling a firearm.
SE?
You're right. I mean, they have no legs to stand on, and I make this point all the time, right? If you weren't outraged about all the stuff that Trump was alleged to have done, the stuff we know Trump has done, you really don't have any business being outraged by anything, frankly, that the Democrats do. But we, as good actors and intellectually consistent and honest people,
we as good actors. I'm glad she said that right on cue. We as good actors, I can't believe they covered that. I'm shocked they covered that one. Man, they got to stop playing with me. They saying if we didn't care about January 6th, Nah, what we want to see is the same justice. Like, okay, cool. We was not tripping off what you call it, but hey, if he did it, then yo, check this out. He need to get 20 years. Y'all think I'm playing? Hey, because it's all over the news, though. It's all over the news. I couldn't wait to talk about this. I really didn't have nothing else planned to talk about. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I really just wanted to talk about that so bad. Because y'all locking all of them up and then so lock him up. I'm just saying, lock him up. Interesting, y'all. Oh my God.
Before you buy $1 million view like this,
I gotta hurry up and pay for my commercials. Not to be on here. This is gonna be shocking. Shocking. I want to see this.
The store that you see behind me, but they say that
Police
say that they not only robbed the store that you see behind me, but they say that they returned to the scene of the crime to retrieve an item left behind. Can you believe it?
People work as hard for their money, and I don't think that it's okay for you to just demand free things.
At the Premier Nail Supply Store in Marietta, things are back to normal Wednesday night. But at the lunch hour, September 19th, the owner says 2 female suspects came into the store appearing to want to buy supplies. When it came time to pay, they instead ran out, carrying about $600 in the merchandise. Inside the store are numerous surveillance cameras. The owner shared the footage exclusively with Fox 11. You can see the cashier and the owner dressed in blue, chasing after the alleged robbers. But it went from bad to worse. One of the suspects returned to the store when she realized she left behind her phone, which included a driver's license. She aggressively demanded the phone back. The owner and clerk said that if you return the items, we'll give you your phone back. No questions asked. Then it got really ugly. Instead, the alleged female robber gets violent, throwing the owner to the ground and roughing up the cashier, who is pregnant. Granted, robbing a nail supply store isn't exactly an Einstein move, but forgetting your phone and coming back for it, even worse. The people we spoke to here today expressed concern for the owner.
And when people just come in and steal from them, I just don't think that it's right.
Again, look at the video of the woman assaulting the owner and lunging at the pregnant woman behind the counter. Police say the theft was less than the cost of the phone. These images show the injuries to the store owner, who would not talk to us on camera, but confirmed the chain of events. The suspects left in a black vehicle. Now, according to police, they say that they located them about a mile away with the stolen property right there in full view. They were taken into custody and arrested and booked on numerous charges. Lord,
we need more of this. We need more of this. Dang. Violence. Everybody think they can get away with something now because what? What is this violence trying to prove? Oh, they owe us something. No, it's because Joe Biden got these prices so damn high, people can't afford to do nothing. But y'all will blame this stuff still on Trump, and this man been in office for 4 years, just like Trump had 4 years. What is it got to give if you just want to live? What do we got to do, y'all? I'm asking because This shit look crazy, man. I just want somebody to fix the economy. Make fair wages. Lower some things. Be nice. Man. But nah. I ain't got nothing else for y'all for today. I just wanted to really show that off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to show y'all that little argument and hear the things that some people like, okay, this is why people believe Trump should be like that because of it. Okay, whatever. But I'm not gonna hold y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. I appreciate you watching. Share this, like this, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Peace.